sometimes I'm so hard set and hard pressed on being me.
Yeah.
That I don't realize that I can't be me with everybody.
Got it. You can't be fully you. That, you know what? As a concept, that really sucks.
It does
right?
suck.
That you can't come to the table and just be your genuine self.
And
because it's gonna offend somebody, or it's gonna, or somebody's gonna not like it, or whatever it is, right? That is gonna.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Deep MCs, the podcast that seeks to push meaningful conversation to a whole new level. Whether it's for your entertainment or your personal growth, we appreciate you being here today. And now, on to the show. What's going on, man?
What's good, bro?
What's going on? You know, I was thinking, I don't know why I start every episode with saying some stupid shit. But I was thinking the other day, I say what's going on, man, and I'm going to change this because I feel like I'm going to fuck this up. And it's going to change during the middle of the thing.
Okay.
But I say what's going on, man, and when you read it in email and text, I feel like it comes across really aggressive if you don't know who I am. I don't know, right? Because if I send a message, I feel like if I send a message to you, you will understand because I say it a lot.
Yeah.
But if I just want to I don't know, say I want to talk to somebody about something or whatever, and I start with, what's going on, man? Right?
I mean, of course, it's all part of it.
It comes across, right, really aggressive. And I don't know. Tone
plays a lot into how what's going on, man.
You don't get that at all. I don't know. Neither here nor there. Anyway, what are we getting into today, sir?
Man, so today we are asking a question. Are you someone else's baggage?
Yes. Are you someone else's baggage? I guess it depends on what kind of bag it is, too.
Yeah, I mean, because some people like carrying bags.
Some people like carrying bags, man. Not I.
Yeah, I'm not big on bags. Actually, it's funny we talk about this because there's a lot of bags in my garage right now that have been they're full of bedding or full of clothes or full of old shoes or whatever, right? Yeah. That I have bagged up. Literally took the time, bagged them up, and have moved them to the garage, but they have not moved out of the garage. So I've kept bags that we're not going to do anything with it.
Your bags have become life baggage.
Yeah, right. They're just taking up space, right?
Yeah, and now it's time to.
They gotta go.
They gotta go.
They gotta go. Somebody else can definitely use what's in those bags, but it's no longer profitable for me to keep them.
To keep them, it's time to let it go, man.
Gotta let it go.
Gotta let it go.
So what about your life? Have we stacked up bags in the garage on? Yeah, we're gonna go deep real quick.
Yeah, that would, and it's funny. I was thinking about when I think about that, and I was saying that, like, I think about the relationships that I've had with people, this, that, and the other, and I sometimes question, like, do they not realize that they are baggage for me?
Ooh.
Right? Do they not realize that they're baggage?
That's heavy, buddy. Dang. Not that you're the baggage, but that they are the baggage.
Are the baggage for me.
Wow.
And I think about that because, hey, it happens a lot of times where I think about myself and I think about where I am mentally, what I'm capable of handling, where I am emotionally, where I am career-wise, where I want to go, and are the people around me being a positive part of that, or are they weighing me down from achieving the things that I want to achieve, right? I know I should be working on this project right now, but this person feels like their problem is, the biggest thing going on.
Needs
so now
priority.
They're stopping me from doing what I need to do. If it's during the day and people are feeding into me, or they want to reach out, and you only want to reach out to me to complain about something.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need that in my day right now. You're holding me back. You know, you don't care about how I'm going. You don't care about asking where I'm at. You just want to tell me every time I talk to you, you just want to tell me about how terrible you are, so you can get some type of, no, you're doing fine. You're doing whatever.
Yeah.
You know, oh, well, you know, you're feeling whatever it is you're feeling, and you need someone to make you feel better. So you're going to put your baggage on me, so that stop me from doing what I'm doing. Make me feel bad for doing what I'm doing, so I can come and fulfill what you need, so you can find a way to get through the day, rather than working on yourself and being self-sufficient. You know, I feel like people don't feel that they're baggage to me.
I got you. Have you, so the person that's carrying the bags, does that person ever say, hey, this bag is heavy?
Yeah.
Do you actually communicate open and honest with that person about themselves?
I mean, I don't think anybody really does. I think it takes, right, and that, I guess, the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, right, is when it happens.
When it gets to be too much,
and then you say, God,
and then you break.
Damn it, and then that's never a good thing, because then they're just like, what?
Where did that come from?
Yeah, where did that come from, right? And so that's why when you say it's like, I think, you know, we should be asking ourselves, you know, are we someone else's baggage? You know,
have we enabled them?
Being someone, I mean, it's hard to say, right? And that's where, I guess, from a personal level, right? I think even for myself, like, am I someone else's baggage? I think that plays a lot. That plays a lot in for me personally, right? So, like, I am a private person generally. So even though if I do things that are contradicting to that, like, I am a very private person. So that's part of it. But also there's a part of me that always thinks that my problems I just need to deal with, because no one needs to hear that shit.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Like, I don't want to be baggage on someone else, which is a double-edged sword, because sometimes people want you to open up and relieve some of that pressure, but then at the same time, like, you know, you give them that baggage, and then rather than them carry it, they fucking kick it through the mud, and you're like, well, that was fucking not fruitful, right?
Or you hand it over and then they hand it back to you, right?
Pretty much, right? And so it's like, figuring, for me, like, I don't ever want to be someone's baggage, right? But then I feel like, I don't know, why can't people look at me and say the same thing? Why do I need to be the source of your, I don't want to say motivation, that's not the right word, right? But, like, why do I have to always be the one that you come to with all your negativity?
I got you. So I think we have dual roles, right? What did you call it?
What?
Were you playing? Is two different things going on at once?
Oh, the double entendre?
Yeah. That thing. Yeah, whatever you said. So that's what we're talking about. But the thing is, I think we're in two different places, right? We have two different dichotomies going on, because both of them are a response to us, right? Because it's what we receive.
Right.
And then it's also what we give, right?
Right.
And so if we are always the open vessel, right? We're always available to always listen, to always offer a word, to always offer a room, to always offer a ride. You know what I'm saying? Then you become that person. You become that to that person. So they don't need anybody else to fulfill that need, because boom, I got Aaron or I got Shepherd, and those are the persons that I go to for this specific thing. And so we've taught them that they don't have to come to us with a great day.
Yeah.
Because I'll sit here and help them talk through every bad day, right? Yeah. And so they'll only go to the good days with somebody else that really is not interested, you know, that is not going to sit there and pay that kind of attention. And that's one of the things I'm learning too, is that, no, you got to share me. You got to balance this thing, right? if we're gonna be, you know, in relationship, if we're gonna be in some type of relationship here, friendship, marriage, you know, sexual, whatever the relationship is, whatever relationship we're gonna be in, there got to be some balance here, right? Because both of us need to leave here satisfied.
But how selfish does a person, like, how can you not feel like a selfish person? Like, how can you not be self-aware enough to realize that you're only bringing negative things to whatever the relationship is? And like I said, I can think of people in the past, you know, they every fucking day it's something fucking negative. And when I just get to a point where I just stop responding, it's like, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
what's the problem?
I get you.
Like, what's the problem? Like, you're so goddamn negative all the fucking time.
That part, right? And did you say that to him?
Yeah.
But see, you did it out of anger, out of frustration.
Well,
so this is the overflow of the cup, right? Instead of when it was halfway, we could have said, hey, you know what? You know, it seems like every time you come to me, it's just about something negative in this tone of voice. But now, and now the cup is overflowing, right? And you don't like water on your floor, so now it's and you pissed off because your floor is dirty, right? And so now here comes the wrath, here comes the tone of voice that wasn't necessarily how you meant it, but now you're frustrated and you're tired, and you feel like, you know what, you just using me.
I feel like that a lot. but
we're not communicating through the middle though.
But the people, I feel like when you tell them that
they should know,
but when you tell them that in a nice manner, they still don't get it, right?
Well, maybe you have to keep repeating,
because then you just be like, I don't got time.
Well, you gonna eventually blow up. What time do you prefer?
Because then, well, speaking of time, shout out Casio. Shout out Casio, G-Shock USA. Thank you, Casio. Gotta pay the bills real quick. Gotta pay the bills real quick. But yeah, I mean, that being said, is the time is, at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't have the time to constantly tell somebody, and that's where do you invest? How much time do you invest? Right?
Well, is that person valuable to you?
I mean, even if someone is valuable, and I guess going back to previous episodes, talk about pivoting. Yeah. Right?
Right.
Just because someone is valuable does not mean that they're worth the time at that point.
I got you.
Right? And I think about people, well, you know, when I was younger and everything, like having to go through AA. And it was like, AA, yes, having to fucking go through AA, having to go through fucking counseling, and having to go through all this shit because I'm fucked up in the head and everything else, and blah, blah, blah. Going to interventions and doing, you know, the drug interventions and all this other stuff, right? Like, if someone doesn't realize they have a problem, it doesn't matter how many times you tell them you have a problem. Like, it takes something severe for them that the intervention is a severe thing. Now here is everybody coming at you saying you have a fucking problem, and even then, those people obviously they get defensive. They're gonna have denial. They're gonna have all this other shit. But like, it takes them understanding that they're a problem before they really, you know, okay, well now I'm ready to accept help. Now I'm ready to accept whatever. Some of these people. And I keep thinking, because they're all in my head, and I'm not gonna blow anybody up as much as I want to, but it's just like all the time. Like, in your mind, do you really think that I just want that anybody just wants to listen to you? And then half the time you're complaining, the shit ain't even really a fucking problem. You just, because you didn't get your fucking way, you want to complain about it. Like, shut the fuck up and look at how much good shit you do have.
So I think I don't know that we can. I don't know that we have if we don't have the personal responsibility, because everybody's not assigned to us. I'll say that, right? Some people are and some people aren't, right? And I believe that there's some seasonal relationships that maybe go through one season and burn up, right? And they don't make it, they don't make it 4 seasons, right? And I believe there are some seasonal things, which means it's not supposed to last forever. And so maybe they don't get as much investment, but that 4-season person, right? If you came to me, if I was doing that to you, you and I sitting here at the table, and I was the guy that always said, was always dropping, well, my day was just, and you never said anything to me, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Before you got mad, because we are more than just a 1 season.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of thing, right? And so I think that part of it is you gotta see where, at least for me, right? Because I know I say you gotta see a lot,
right?
As if it's gonna be something that immediately clicks. So I can say I've had to work on, right? Let me turn it back to me. I've had to work on opening my eyes to where the energy needs to fall, right? What relationship is going to matter at the end of the day, and not to shun this one, but I can say, you know what? I just don't have to pick up the phone today. You know what I'm saying? If I know that this is about to be the response, and I know that I'm not in the right headspace to listen to you because I got my own crap going on, then today we're just not gonna talk, and that's okay.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then if you come back and say, well, why you didn't answer my phone call? I said, well, today I had my own stuff going on. Right. See, that's what you're going to do. I'm going to try to explain. I'm trying to let them know.
No, I'm going to hang up. I'm going to hang up. But what you're saying, though, is very true. And I don't know. I guess for me, for me, excuse me, for me in this whole thing is I feel it's not the negativity. Excuse me. It's not the negativity that bothers me as much. It's the lack of awareness that that's the entire conversation.
Got it.
Right?
There's no balance in that thing.
Yeah, so I don't mind listening to someone complain. I can hear that, and then I can say, yeah, it'll get better, or I get it, but look at all the great things that you do have. You have this, and this, right? So there's 2 parts. So for the person that I say, look, man, like, I get that. That's shitty, but think about all these great things that you have, right? Think about all these things that are going for you. Think about all these successes that you have. When I say that, and then a person's like, well, that doesn't matter,
Yeah, I got you.
First of all, that shit drives me fucking nuts. Like, right? Like, really, this little tiny thing, which for you may be a big thing, but when you just absolutely refuse to see that there's anything positive, that's a problem. And then on the backside of it, if you come to me and you just want to complain because you're just miserable every day, and then you don't even take the time at any point in the conversation to be like, well, how are you doing?
Right.
Just stop. You could take 1 minute.
The part that gets me is like, how was your day? And then you go into saying how the day was. Well, mine was crap. Before you even get out, you know what I'm saying? You know what? My day was, it wasn't the best, but what about you? Well, there's no follow-up question. There's no deeper dive. Those are the ones that I'm like, okay.
It bothers me. Or the ones that start out negative. Like, if it's a text message,
I got it. Yeah.
And I ain't heard from you in however long, and the first fucking thing you say is, man, fuck today.
Yeah, today was trash. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And you don't answer back, well, you must be busy.
Right.
Yeah, avoiding your ass and all this negativity that you project. See, for everybody that's out here listening, these are cues that you might be somebody else's baggage.
This may be you.
This may be you, right? And you needed to listen and adjust, right? Because it goes both ways. I get that there's relationships, and depending upon the relationship, determines the amount of effort that's put in. I get that. But then it gets to a point too where it becomes very skewed, right? Like, it becomes very skewed or I don't know, like the relationship determines the level of communication. I think so, and that's weird. And maybe this is a relationship episode that need to go down to, right? But if you think about all your relationships, so you like your relationship with me, your relationship with your wife, your relationship with your son, your relationship with whatever, right? They're all different, and they all have, as much as we want to say we're the same with all of them, we're not.
You're not. There's no way to be.
Right. But also the level, like grading your level of honesty is.
It depends on the person too.
It depends on the person, right?
Completely.
But the thing is the people that, but no, you gotta tell them like it is, and you gotta be blah, 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 but you can't.
Yeah.
Some of them you can't. Some of them you shouldn't.
You have to temper it in a way. Yeah.
You have to be whatever, right? If your son is out there and he's playing a sport and he's doing whatever, right? There's a time to say, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's trying, he's learning, and you can't just be like, man, you fucking suck.
It's not for you.
It's not for you. He may really fucking suck, but you can't be like, right? You can't just be like, man, you fucking suck, bro. Man, but you can say that to your friend. You can say that to your frat brother or whatever. But bro, you fucking suck.
Like, dude, this is not it.
It's not it, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, when you have those relationships, and that's why it's hard to people say, well, have you talked to him? Well, you can't always have that conversation, but then it turns into, well, now, you're not being honest, or you're not being, I don't know, there's so many complexities.
I think you still have the conversation. You just have to know who your audience is.
Yeah. Well,
right?
I suck at that.
And then part of that too is the self-realization. Because I told this story before, right? I played basketball once.
Yeah.
And I was playing baseball, football, and I was like, okay, let me try basketball. And played basketball one season. I got off the bench maybe 2 or 3 times the whole season. One of the times that I got off the bench, probably the last time I got off the bench, is I get in the game, boom, I hit they throw it to me, boom, I'm going down the court, doing it hard. Go up for the layup. It's 2 points, and I'm trying to figure out why my team not excited. 2 points in a wrong goal. That's why they not excited. Because of Hingston. And I'm looking, everybody laughing in the crowd. It was one of the most embarrassing imprints in my mind, in my youth. You know what I'm saying? And so I knew at that point, basketball was not for me. I came to a self-realization, and my dad didn't make it any better because he's laughing, just like you, laughing hard, like, son, this not it. And I was like, you're right, Pop, this not it.
This is not it.
But I was okay with it at that point because I knew this wasn't the one, right? But he still communicated with me in a way that reinforced what I already knew. I think people who are generally negative, they know that.
Do they though?
To a certain extent, I believe they know that. I don't think they're oblivious to it. Especially if they're in their 30s and 40s, they know they negative.
I don't know. I can introduce you to some people who just feel that the whole world is fucking against them.
That's negative. They know that.
But they think that that's just normal. Like, that to them, that's the normal.
That's how they should be.
Yeah,
that's how every day is.
Every day is I'm waking up and getting kicked in the fucking teeth. So
how do you decide if you're going to stick around that, right? Because they can remain baggage as long as you keep holding them.
I mean, yeah, and for me, that's the struggle. For me personally, is how much time do you invest in these people? I fucking struggle with that. I fuck up all the time. There's people that I should invest a lot of time in that I'm just like, fuck this, because whatever they did that set me off was enough.
Enough.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I got you.
And then I look back in time and be like, I probably should have put some more effort into that one, right? And then there's people that for whatever reason they're still around. I don't fucking why? I don't fucking know.
Maybe you're attracted to that. Maybe you attract those kind of people. Have you ever looked into that?
I'm pretty sure I attract fucked up people because I'm fucked up, right? Great minds think alike.
That is not what we were talking about. We're talking about baggage.
No, for sure. But at the same time though, like there it's just, I don't know. I think it's because I have so many varying levels of people that I don't know where that middle ground is. Okay. Right. So I'll give you a perfect example. Like you take someone like Val. We've had Val on the show, right? I love Val. Excuse me. I love Val. She's like a older sister to me. You know, we don't communicate that much at all. Yeah. Right. But when we do, we pick right back up wherever we left off. There's a love there between us. There's, you know, we have this relationship. And so someone like that, I don't have to really put forth a ton of effort.
Yeah, I got you.
And I get a large reward from it, right?
But you don't have to go through that. Well, where you been? Well, why you
haven't done this? Why you haven't done
why
that?
You didn't call me?
Whatever, right?
I got you.
You know, but then, you know, same thing. Like, I hate to put her out there, but like my sister's another one, right? Where our communication is terrible, and then I know that she loves me. She knows that I love her, but we're both holding on to things. We both should be putting in way more time in, but we don't. Okay. And so then when we do get together, it's always hit and miss. Okay. On whatever it's going to be, right? So then that's like, well, how much time do you put into that? You know, but then you have people in my life where I interact with them every day, and it doesn't seem to get any better, but I interact with them every day because, you know, whatever. So, you know, then you have I don't know, there's just so many levels. Or then you have the people that reach out. They reach out to me. I may not hear from them for a year, and then they reach out because they want to keep me in the loop on something. Like they just think of me as, hey, he probably should want to know this, or hey, I thought of him because of whatever, you know. There's just so many varying levels that it's like, what is the normal amount of time? So here's this person that barely is in my life, but they've been barely in my life for an exorbitant amount of time. And you have people that I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense.
I got it. I got it. No, so there's different people. I mean, they're all just different relationships, right? Based on different sets of circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Because I mean, you and your sister, that's a completely different set of circumstances that you're not gonna have with anybody else, right? Completely different set of circumstances. You and Val went through a certain amount of things, probably discussing different circumstances. Right. So you built a different type of relationship there. Right. And then so forth and so on to everybody else. But at the end of the day, I think are you honest in these relationships?
Kind of. Right. But see, now you, the question, excuse me. Now the question is, how do you define honesty? Right. Because everybody defines honesty a different way.
How so?
I think everybody defines it a different way, because some people say you can't call yourself honest if you don't put exactly how you feel,
put it
everything
all
out there. Okay. Then you're not really an honest person.
I got you.
Or if you tell them only half of how you
feel,
then
that's dishonest.
Or then that's dishonest. Or well, you knew whatever, right? So the honesty is
it's tempered with your, you know, the how you feel like they can retain the information, how they can take it.
Right, yeah. You know, you know, like, well, you have a wife,
yep,
right?
You nail on the head. I got it.
Same thing, right? So I have relationships, you know, like Val. I know how Val reacts to certain things. I know how whoever, right? And so
you know how they respond, but can you still tell them? Can we still be honest?
I mean, you can, but be
just in a certain
honest
way.
To a point.
Okay.
Right,
you can't be completely in all of them.
No, because sometimes that
complete honesty,
then you're making more of a problem, right?
So we're creating baggage then.
I mean, I think sometimes we do, for sure. It goes on. I think the relationship, it goes on both sides, right? Whatever that relationship is, I think that we need to assess the baggage that we're giving and the baggage we're creating, but the person on the other side also needs to do the same in order to get the optimum relationship, whatever that relationship would be, whether it's friendship, romantic, whatever. I think that needs to happen, and I don't think that happens enough.
I feel like those may be few and far between, man.
Yeah.
Like that may not be the norm of how relationships are going.
But I think that is why we have so many problems though, too.
I don't disagree.
Because, I think about, I don't know, romantic relationships or whatever it is. Like, we'll use that. You have a lot of people that will be together for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden they're just not together anymore, right? You have people that will get together for a short period of time, and then they're done. You have people that be in the middle, and then they're done. And throughout the course of that time, the way that they communicate with themselves, once you get to a certain point or a certain matter of care, you tend to pull your punches a little more, or you do whatever, because it's not about who's right or who's wrong at that time. It's about the longevity of the overall thing, whatever, yada, yada. Or you get to a point where you're with someone so long, then you don't say, hey, excuse me, it takes forever for that person to say, hey, I've changed, or hey, you've been doing this for 22 years and it bugs the fuck out of me, and I'm just telling you now.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that are involved in it, and I think that if everybody had a more open conversation, we would have better relationships all around, whether it's friends or romantic or work or whatever. Like, everybody, for whatever, I don't want to say they hold their tongues, but they don't address. You can address something, or you can say something. You don't have to put it all out there. But just having that and saying, hey.
So maybe we're basing some of that maybe even on our own personal misconceptions too, right? Because we make assumptions with this person based on our interactions. I get it.
Yeah.
But we make assumptions based on those, if we think that person can handle it, how we think that person is going to respond, and we've already pre-pictured, this if I say it this way, then this is what's going to happen. And it's gonna da. And so a lot of times we don't even give the person the benefit of the doubt to be somebody different in this situation.
Yeah.
Right. And I get that, right? We have history. We've seen how they've operated before. But what if they were operating in a different way this day?
Yeah.
And actually heard what you said.
I don't know. And it's funny that you say, it's just so weird, where relationships as a whole is a weird thing. And I'll use an example. I'll use a current example, right? At my job, my shitty job. But there was an issue that came up. There was an issue that came up recently, where a small group of people made a complaint on another group of people, because this group of people on this side were using profanity, and it offended this group on this side.
Okay.
Right. And so then it turned into this big old ordeal about, make sure you're not using profanity around blah, 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 yada, 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 offensive, blah, 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 yada, yada. I fucking cuss all the time.
Right.
I cuss profanity around this group all the time. Never one complaint.
Okay.
And I have a better relationship with these people than these people over here do.
Okay.
Right. And why is that? I don't know. Is that the amount of time that's put in there? Is that the type of relationship that it is? I don't know what it is, but it's just interesting how that dynamic is built amongst groups.
Yeah.
Right. And the being comfortable with each other, but I don't know. It's hard. The person that I am outwardly or in those types of situations are not necessarily the person that I am in this setting and situation. They're similar, but they're different, right? And I'm trying to be more of this person out there.
I got it.
A little bit, but I don't know, because that changes dynamic.
Yeah, it changes a huge dynamic. So what was your response?
I said, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, that's exactly what I said. I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing.
Okay.
Right? Like, why? And again, that's my downfall. And I need to get better at that, because I don't pivot. I don't always pivot. And that has come to bite me in the ass in the past, for sure. Because I continue to be myself. Sometimes I'm so hard set and hard pressed on being me.
Yeah.
That I don't realize that I can't be me with everybody.
Got it. You can't be fully you. That, you know what? As a concept, that really sucks.
It does suck.
That you can't come to the table and just be your genuine self.
And no,
because it's gonna offend somebody, or it's gonna, or somebody's gonna not like it, or whatever it is, right? That is gonna breed fear or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been in situations where I was sitting at tables and it came back that because of the way I said something or how I said it, now I'm the big bad wolf, right?
Yeah.
And it goes back to my manager, and now they're coming back. Well, they're a little what?
Intimidated.
Are you for real?
By the way you said that.
You are 6'5", right? 300 pounds, and they're not intimidated by you, but intimidated by me.
Yep.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, okay. And that's exactly how it worked.
Yeah,
that's exactly
how it works. And
so,
and
I mean,
I
get that. But some of that is unconscious bias, right? that exists, that we're not even tuned into or don't have a full understanding of, right? And that's completely off the rail. But those are things that if we don't deal with, right, can continue to destroy relationships, can continue to create baggage that's not even there, right? Because we've already made some inferences about somebody unconsciously that's not even there, right?
Yeah.
And so we bring this set of trash to a relationship up front, and you don't even give people the benefit of the doubt because of your previous experiences or what you learned when you were young or how you learned it or whatever that was, right? And that was a turn off of the I-90, but there's a route back.
Is the truth though. It also really is the truth. As you're saying that, I was thinking too, what about the backside? What about the backside of that? Because we had talked about, right, the people that bring the baggage. We talked about us creating a scenario where they feel that's what they bring because they use us for that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
At what point, if you are the I don't know how you'd handle this, you're the baggage carrier and the baggage giver, I don't know, whatever. If you are the baggage giver, right, you're the giver to the recipient of your baggage.
Okay.
At what point do you acknowledge and show appreciation for the fact that these people are carrying your fucking baggage? That never happens.
I mean, all of that is self-realization that you have to, and then you have to be honest enough to go to that person and say, I'm sorry.
Bullshit, that don't never happen.
Right.
Because I think people, look, well, no, but I'll take that back. I have tried to apologize to people, as rare occasion as it is. I've tried to apologize to people and they don't want to accept it. So then I'm like, you know what? Fuck you then.
Why? Because it can't. See, they want to know if it's true and honest, and so they'll say no to see if what your response is gonna be. They're trying to test the water to see, did he really mean
so many strikes? Okay, before you can't.
Did he really mean it?
Of course, I'm not gonna say it if I don't mean it, but I do think about, like, I can think about a person. Well, not immediately right now, but I can think about a person in the past, right? Like, all they fucking have, they are just so not appreciative of the amount of effort that I put in.
I got you.
To be present.
Yep.
And help you.
Yep.
Like, shit, I'm busy too.
Yep.
But I made the time.
And I'm setting the time aside.
For you.
Yep.
For your dumb ass.
I have you in my calendar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't give a shit. You don't even care. Not even a thanks for listening. Not even, you don't have to feel completely better, but at least acknowledge that I took the time.
Your presence at least made a difference.
I don't need fucking you to do backflips for me, but at least say, hey, right. I appreciate you listening.
Do a cartwheel at least, huh?
Yeah. Something. One. It's a little one. It's a tiny one. Right. I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's a lot to think of, and it's a lot to think about on both sides of the fence.
Yeah, because at one point you're receiving, and at another point you're giving, right? And so you're playing both ends of the coin, and hopefully, I would hope that as the receptionist, the person who's always that person that's always receiving, that you would recognize the similar behavior. I hope so. I hope so. And then the person, hopefully, that you're connected to, that is taking it all, can say, "Hey, you know what? You're dumping on me over here. I'm drowning over here."
There's a little bit, man.
Yeah,
that's good, man. I think we should just leave it there. But before we go, we haven't shouted them out in a long time. All the listeners, thank you for listening. Everybody that's out there, still Frankfurt, Germany. We want to see you. Johannesburg, South Africa. It's sad that.
Can you drop us a line, please?
Something, please. I want to know who you are.
Yeah.
Whoever this is in Frankfurt, Germany, we appreciate you.
Make sure you're not a bot, just out there.
Well, if there's a bot, they're listening every damn episode. But we appreciate everybody that listens, and let's keep this thing going.
We appreciate you. Like, comment, share, subscribe,
the whole nine.
All of those things.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.
What's going on, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We appreciate you listening for sure. But we need your help.
Yeah, we need your help. We need you to like, comment, and subscribe so that we can continue to make great content for you guys.
Yeah. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.
And it's right here on the screen. Everything you need.
Right there. Thank you so much, guys, for listening.
All right, take care.